This topic's going to be all about books. Now, if you first started playing Hydrocraft, one of the most overwhelming things in the game are the fact that there are so many books. There are tons of different books that you can pick up, and like I said, it's very overwhelming. There are 150 new books that are added to the game when you play Hydrocraft, and I don't know, you kind of get used to it after a while, I guess. It's not something that's going to come easy to you if you're familiar with vanilla or you're just jumping into the game right off the bat, but you're going to want to be looking for all of these type of books in, you know, libraries. I'm in a school in Drayton, and apparently every single one of these containers has a ton of books inside of them. Now, there are a couple different types of books. There are recipe books that give you a bunch of different recipes. Just to give you an idea of how many recipes there are, I currently have 4,234 recipes out of 4,359. I've been playing this character for a long time. I don't know where those extra 120 recipes are at, but they're out there somewhere. So the recipe books give you all sorts of recipes based, like this one here gives you the ability to make fuel. There are others, there's just so many of them. I was thinking about doing a video kind of talking about each book, but I was like, no, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. I'm not going to be able to do that. Instead, what I did was I made a spreadsheet on Google Drive that you can access. I'm going to put the link in the description below. Click on the link, make a copy for yourself. That way you can track which books you have and which books you don't. The second type of book are these ones that will reduce your boredom, stress, as well as unhappiness. Most of them give you -5 to boredom, -4 to stress and unhappiness, but there are two of them in particular. One is called the Bedtime Stories book, and then the Fairy Tale book that actually reduce it by -14 for stress, -14 for unhappiness, and then a -15 for boredom. Now, these first type of books can be easily found by finding a stack of books. Now, if you right-click this guy and you say remove book covers, you'll be able to get a random chance of picking up a bunch of different books. Now, there are two books that you can only get. I actually found one of them. Let me go ahead and throw these down. Now, there are two books that you can only get by removing the book covers. The first one here is the cryptozoology textbook, which is used for some of the taxidermy recipes. And the other one is the anarchist cookbook, which is explosives and I think some chemicals and some cool traps and whatnot. So definitely uncover books, you know, remove the book covers so that you can get at all the books. Now, this works great for regular books, but they do not work for cookbooks. So cookbooks, you can actually see they look more like a folder, a binded folder. And you want to look out for these to allow you to be able to... Oh, I haven't read this one. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh my, look at all those new recipes I got. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, cookbooks are a little bit more rare than regular books, especially because of the fact that you can't find a bunch of them by removing the book covers, but you can find these in kitchens as well as everywhere else you'd find books like libraries, schools, and whatnot. Now, along with all the books, there are Hydrocraft-related magazines that teach you a lot of electronic-related stuff, as well as all the vanilla skill books and vanilla magazines. The great thing that Hydrocraft brings to the table, though, too, is the fact that a lot of the vanilla magazines, like hunting magazines and fishing magazines, they can actually be researched instead of you having to go scrounge around for all those different magazines. So if you're wanting to build a snare trap or wanting to repair your fishing pole, make sure to check the research tab and see what books you need to be able to make a blueprint for that particular magazine that you'd normally have to find. It's actually a lot easier to find all of these books instead of having to find that one particular magazine that's going to teach you how to make a cage trap. So here's a quick look at the spreadsheet that I put together for you guys. The tabs at the bottom kind of split up all the different books. So you have Hydrocraft books, cookbooks, and then the vanilla skill books. You'll notice that there is like a smithing set of skill books. Go ahead and just disregard these. I think these are like half implemented and not implemented yet. And you have the Hydrocraft magazines, you have the vanilla magazines, and then you have all the blueprints that you can make with all the different books listed here. I love this list because of the fact that I never remember exactly which blueprints that I made and which ones I didn't. So definitely go ahead and get yourself a copy of this. All you have to do is hit File and then hit Make a Copy, and you'll have your own copy of it that you can make alterations to. Now, this particular spreadsheet is going to be very hard for me to keep updated, so if you see any errors at all, please let me know, and I'll make sure to try my best to update everything that I find. Hydromancer updates this mod every week, so I may do like a kind of like a monthly check-in every month to make sure that this spreadsheet's up to date. But if you find any errors or anything that I'm missing here, please let me know in the comment section below. Alrighty folks, that's everything about books. See you around.